we go. Nice, that is popping up. But not over here. Why? Yo guys, hold up. I'm working on getting chat where I want it to be, guys. Give me 1 second. There we go. There we go. Now I can see chat. W. James W. Shorecat, what is up? Hold up, guys. Let me get this set up, as I'm playing copyright-free music. What? What? So my videos don't get muted? Let me zoom the heck in this chat so I can read it from a distance. So otherwise I'll be blind. James, how are you doing today, man? Hope you guys are all doing good. I'm gonna be cooking steaks today. But first, we're gonna get the rice going for Michael. Oh. I am not doing anything complicated today. Mario Kart World later today? Yes, we will be doing Mario Kart World as well as more Legend of Zelda. I have to be very productive in Legend of Zelda today because we lost 3 hours of progress in that game and that I'm still very much heartbroken about. But yes, I will be doing that. Let's see. The kitchen on fire? I should burn the kitchen on fire. Just burn it down, whole thing. We'll be doing steaks today. And then later we'll be doing more Legend of Zelda like normal and Mario Kart World. Also, So here's the thing, right? I'm gonna have to get used to this. I'm wearing a mic, not a mic set up somewhere, which I'm not used to. As you saw when I had my face in the dishwasher, I instinctively yelled louder as if I needed to for you guys to hear me, which is idiotic because I'm wearing the microphone. So if I start screaming at you guys for no reason, be like, yo, what the heck are you doing? You're yelling for no reason. The microphone's strapped to you. Like, give me that helpful criticism because I just caught myself doing that. All right. Michael is gonna be eating, he likes rice. So he's gonna have a steak with rice. I'm a potato fan. Well, at least when it comes to steaks. I like myself rice as well though. I'm out of the Asian rice that I typically make, the Japanese rice. So we were using generic Walmart long grain rice, but it's still very tasty. Top 5 IQ, I know, right? Also, I'm playing copyrighted free music in the other room because I like listening to music while I'm cooking, but then also I'm assuming it would probably contribute to stream. Let me know if that is too loud. I don't want to turn it up much louder than this, so if it's kind of quiet, there's not much I can do about that, but let me know if it's too loud. Like if it picks up too much. Yeah, I will, this is very much new setup to me, so let me know if anything just does not sound the greatest. Because I can definitely tweak things on the go. I got a much more efficient setup. I even got my light set up, that's why the lighting in here looks a little bit more professional, and not like I just threw up my phone on a tripod. Yeah, it's baby steps. We get better by doing it. And then, let's see, Johnny. I don't know if you were watching my Legend of Zelda stream yesterday, but I did a 3-hour stream, 2 different temples, and then did not save the game correctly. And all that progress is lost. I am back at, the time temple? Whatever the one I started at. Now, I know what to do, so it'll be quicker. But yeah, we lost all that progress, unfortunately. Very sad. So it was like I didn't even stream yesterday. I've done this before? What do you mean? Oh, in the kitchen? I have done streams in the kitchen before, but this is the first time I got my legit setup. So I actually have my camera on a nice setup. I'm actually using a microphone that I'm wearing instead of like my gaming desk microphone just strapped to the counter. And then I do have my lighting set up as well. So we have proper lighting. Game save system doesn't work. Yeah, no. So let me explain. There's actually a reason why there was a confusion, okay? So I am playing Ocarina of Time on the Switch for their app that they have, or their software where it has all the older games. Now, when you play that, there is a Switch, built-in Switch mechanic that allows you to save the game at any point, literally at any point, even during a cutscene, even during points where on the normal game, you couldn't save. Because some games have save stations, some games you can't save during a boss fight, etc., right? The Switch has a mechanic that you could literally create a save point, like literally anywhere, right? I was using that, but I was also using the in-game saving, like the normal original Ocarina of Time saving method, as if I was still playing on an N64. Apparently, that method of saving the game when you're playing it on the Switch doesn't do anything. It doesn't do anything at all. It doesn't save the game, it doesn't create a file, it doesn't do nothing. If you hit save game in game, as if you would normally do if you had Ocarina of Time in the N64, that mechanic does not exist in the game. There is no save that you created. You have to use the Switch saving system. And I'll show you what I mean on stream. But I learned that the hard way by after completing the fire temple or whatever one is in the volcano, and I killed the dragon. I saved the game, and exited, and I was like, oh, let me just go back to be safe and create a double save through the switch system. That way I'm doubling up. And I went in there and then my save was gone. Yeah, the save system, the in-game save system doesn't work. At least you know what to do. At least I know what to do. So most of the stream yesterday was me being stuck on puzzles. I already know the puzzle, so I should be able to just fly through it, but that's still time lost, you know? All right, let's get this rice started. Now, what I originally wanted to eat was, I am a big lover of steak and fries. So I was gonna chop up fries and cook them in the oven and make fries out of them. But that takes an hour just to cook those. And I'm kind of already behind. This took me a lot longer to get my setup the way I wanted in the lighting. It took me about an hour and a half. So instead, we're gonna do like whole baked potatoes, and we're gonna bake those babies in the microwave. Now, whether or not people are like, oh, you can't make it like that in the microwave, I don't care. It's how I'm gonna make it. I'm short on time. But next time when I do this, I'll do it properly by putting it in the oven. Okay, guys? I want to get my drink. I got gamer subs right now. But we might get in time for the water temper. I hope so. I plan on doing about a 3-hour stream on Ocarina of Time again, just like last night. And then instead of interrupting my stream halfway through with an intermission kitchen stream that took me like an hour to set up alone, I'll just go right into Mario Kart World. That way I get a little bit more time on both those platforms. Because I don't want to split what I'm doing too much. I want to be very consistent to the kind of streams I'm doing at the same times of the day. So I want to get really in the habit of beginning my stream is Ocarina of Time or whatever Legend of Zelda game I'm doing, and then the second stream is going to be my Mario Kart. I don't want to like mix up too much and then people are confused and don't know when to join or lose attention or stuff like that. It's not the hardest, it's just confusing. The water temple, I'm gonna be honest, I think the time one is the one I struggled with. I would have struggled on all of them though, if it wasn't for chat giving me advice and tips. You think, oh, Forest Temple? Excuse me, my bad. I don't know the temple names. All right, let's prep these steaks. So a lot of moisture came out of these while in the fridge. So we're actually gonna get rid of some of this. And I haven't had a chance to soak these in salt yet. So we're gonna do that for a little bit of time before we actually cook these. And we got time because the rice is gonna take a good minute to cook, probably about 30 minutes. Get my trash can next to me. What's your guys' favorite kind of steak? I'm sure everybody's got their preferences. For my folks who know their steaks, at least, I would probably say my favorite is the tenderloin, the filet mignon. And I think my favorite way to prepare it is rare, and I don't like bacon wrapped ones. I actually think the bacon like overpowers the taste of the filet mignon. I love bacon, but I don't like them together. Filet mignon with shrimp, I think is really good. Classic like surf and turf. In Mario Kart World, shortcuts. Yeah, we'll be practicing a little bit of shortcuts, and then we'll be doing legit racing as well. Because I don't want to make a whole stream of just me practicing shortcuts. I feel like that's kind of boring. So it'll be a good blend of some shortcuts, or practicing some shortcuts, maybe trying to learn a new one, and then we'll actually go and compete. I think I barely increased my VR rating yesterday, because I was getting a lot of low ranked places. I'm telling you, man, once you pass about 720, 7,200, 7,200, you are playing with people who are a lot better. It's very, very difficult. Because any rank lower than that, there's a definitely big notice between the people who don't know what they're doing in Mario Kart, and the people who kind of have an idea, and the people who kind of have an idea, or even better, are going to completely dominate the race. I'm at the point now where a lot of people know what they're doing, so they are really going to take advantage for you making the smallest mistake. Did you finally get the Bowser's Castle one? I've been doing the Bowser Castle one. I tried it one time online though, and I messed it up. I was already in a low rank position, so it didn't cost me anything. But I was so frustrated because here it is, using it in the real world. Here we go in an actual public lobby, and I didn't get it. But I have been practicing that one, and I have gotten that one down, and I got it to about a 60% rate of making the shortcut, but there's still a good chunk of time where I'm missing it. Probably to the point where if I'm using a public lobby, it's probably not smart of me. Jams, bro, how you doing? I'm doing good. The Box Channel, how you doing, man? I just fry any beef in ghee or towel lard. Okay, so you like your beef pretty much fried. I'll tell you what, frying is a very good method because it's very hard to cook it wrong. Pretty much however you cook just about anything, if you cook it deep fried in an oil or a fat, it's gonna come out pretty good. It's a very safe way to cook something, especially if you're not sure, like oh, I don't know how long to cook it. I don't want to like undercook it. I don't want to make it dry though either. You just throw that bitch in oil and it's just gonna come out delicious. You're playing Minecraft right now? Nice, nice. All right, we're gonna salt these babies and then sit them to the side. Oh, you know what I don't have? Oh man, I don't have any more rubs, I don't think. I'll have to check if I have any in the counter. I meant to buy some. I've been cooking a lot of steaks recently. Also, dude, I'm playing your next Legend of Zelda game in a second. The next one, Majora's Mask. Are you talking about that one? Yes, sir. I'm very excited to play Majora's Mask. I was told that one's kind of creepy. And I'm not gonna lie, the ones I've already played kind of feel a little creepy. So if Majora's Mask is the creepy one, I'm very curious on how creepy, because there's plenty of creepy moments in these games already. All right, that meat is salted. We're gonna leave that alone for right now. I'm gonna have to check to see if I have any rubs to put on this, because I ran out of the one I really liked because I was making so many steaks recently. We might have to go no rub. One of my favorites, Diddy Party, what are we talking about? What are we talking about? Was that an autocorrect for Mario Party? Let me see what I got the pick out of. Not much. Crap. And this stuff kind of rubbed right off. And this stuff was poor quality. I didn't like this stuff. I'll probably end up throwing that away. We could try this. See what this tastes like. Your kitchen is nice. Thank you so much. This tastes good. I hope it doesn't fall off the meat though, as I'm trying to cook it. So it's a very mild. How does it, why do N64 have so long intros to the dang game? Have you ever played Metal Gear Solid? That has very long intro. All right, let me get my potatoes washed. Oh, I just dropped my potato. Oops. You know what? I'm not gonna lie. I do think I got time to make my fries I like. We're gonna go for it. Takes about an hour to cook, but I think I got enough time. I might be just a tad late to stream, but you know what? We're gonna do it because I want my fries. I just like fried lemons and tomatoes with pork skin added. Letnol's made curry, Letnol's all the time. Ooh, that sounds good. I made curry just the other day. I didn't stream that though, because my kitchen was an absolute mess. Like to the point where I wouldn't even want to show it off. I'd be like, no, hide it. But the curry I make might be a different curry, because there's a lot of different cultures with that eat curry, and they're all different. So I eat, when I make curry, it's usually the Japanese yellow curry is what I really like, which I totally recommend people trying. You can find yellow curry or gold curry, I think it was technically called gold curry, at pretty much any Asian store. It's very good. It's very easy to make too, because in fact, a lot of times if I'm making things that involve meat and I'm cutting my own steaks or something like that, and then you have like the end bits that, you know, aren't gonna make good steaks, I usually chop those up, and that's what I usually throw in the gold curry. Gold curry sounds good. Yeah, kitchen looks amazing. Thank you so much. It didn't look good yesterday. Actually, it was ruined. One of the reasons I was late to this stream was because I was cleaning my kitchen. Because I was like, I can't stream a dirty kitchen. This right here, this is the stuff that I recommend for the people who want to make Japanese curry. And the recipes for this, there's a recipe on the back that involves like carrots, onions, potatoes, and like whatever meat you want. But I'm gonna be honest, you really can't go wrong with this. You throw just about any vegetable of choice with any meat of choice, and you cook it all together in some water and whatever spices, and you add this curry, it's just gonna come out delicious. It's a very, very open-ended kind of dish where you can really throw whatever you want in it. It's kind of like, think of like how a salad works. It's like a salad is a very open-ended term. You can add a lot of different things in a salad and it can still be good. Same thing with curry. You just throw stuff in it and it's delicious. It only 5. Where are you at? Why are you stream? Where am I at? I'm in my apartment right now. And I'm streaming early because I need to eat. I cook and eat before my streams when you guys normally see me get on. And I'm thinking I could stream more. I could stream before my streams and stream what I'm doing anyways, which is cooking. So no, if anybody who doesn't like watching me cook and is like, no, I want to watch you game. This is not going to interfere with me gaming at all. So I'll be doing my normal streams just like I normally am, and I'll continue to do that, and this won't interfere it. It'll just be more of me that potentially can be seen, if that makes sense. Why the kitchen not on fire? Is that what people immediately think when they see somebody online cooking that's not like a cooking channel? They're like, they're gonna catch the kitchen on fire. You know what I have though? Ready? I got one of these. You never see streamers with one of these. I also know how to cook. I'm not like one of those, like, I'm sure you guys have all seen where it's like streamers that have like, not to be rude, but they have very little life skills, but they're big streamers. And they'll be like, today we're gonna see if we can make the most complicated dish ever or something like that. You know, it'll be like a souffle or something like that. And then they get a hard time doing it because it's a really complicated dish and they're not good at cooking. I've seen just about every major streamer do that at some point. Everyone has to sub because we get a 500 24-hour stream. Yes, at 500 we will do a 24-hour stream. And by the way, guys, my 24-hour stream ain't gonna be like, okay, 12 hours is gonna be recording me sleeping. No, I mean, I'm not gonna sleep. I'm gonna continue doing things throughout the day, be entertaining. There might be little intermission breaks where my streams might get a little boring, where it's like, I don't know, like I think like at some point I'll probably have to take a break to shower and I'll have my camera running, but I won't be on camera. But other than that, I'm gonna be doing something. I'll plan out a whole day of things for me to do. Not like technically it's 24 hours, but nothing's happening. No, I'm not gonna take an easy way. That would be a true 24-hour stream. Cook for 24 hours. The thing about me doing a cooking stream in the 24 hours, I'll do some research, but I don't know how to transition my PC setup to my kitchen setup without ending stream and starting again, which I would consider cheating for a 24-hour stream. What you said earlier, the Forest Temple wasn't even planned as a Forest Temple originally. They called it the Wind Temple. Interesting. Did they plan to design it differently for it to be wind themed? I mean, I assume so, because there definitely wasn't anything wind themed about the temple I did. By the way, last time I did a kitchen stream, well, it was before I started streams, because I already have my potatoes in the oven because they take a long time to cook, so I thought about doing it ahead of time, but I cut my thumb. I was using a really dull knife and it kind of slipped off the potato. Not sure, there's wind parts in other temples. Interesting. I'm gonna be honest, the least amount of puzzles I can do, the better. I hate the puzzles so much. Which is really a shame because I feel like the puzzles is such a big part of the Legend of Zelda games, pretty much all of them. But I pretty much only like the combat and the lore. The puzzles, some of them are, okay, I love Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom puzzles, but in my opinion, they were all baby puzzles, you know? Like everybody, like very small children would probably have no problem solving the puzzles in those games. I need puzzles like that. That's what I need. I need puzzles that anybody can solve, but they make me feel smart. And I felt like Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom was like that. Anything that involves real puzzles, no, I won't be able to do. I mean, you guys have been witnessing firsthand me struggle. It's a reason why I never played them before. I owned I owned Majora's Mask and Ocarina of Time on the 3DS, and that I was actually excited to play. Somebody got it for me for Christmas, and I started it up, couldn't get past like the Deku Tree, and gave up and then never played them, which is a shame because they weren't cheap games. So I almost feel like that money was a little wasted, but I'm enjoying them now. Not the 3DS versions. So it's still kind of a waste of money, but you know, what can you do? Oh, I lost a potato down the sink. That's a shame. One fry down, guys. One less fry out of our total amount of fries, as I just lost one down the drain. Alright, so that's still preheating. Let me get my pan. Our pan. Guys, I'm not gonna lie, my kitchen was so messy, I couldn't even use this segment. This whole segment counter was all 30 dishes. I literally cleaned it all today. You guys are welcome. I did it just for you guys, just so I could do this stream today. And that's the truth. Man, I might even want to do a few more potatoes. Maybe one more? One more. Or maybe not. I don't know. I think we can do one more. One more potato. I really like my fries. Guys, I totally recommend making your own fries. They're so easy. You don't even need oil. You can add oil if you want that, you know, that little bit of greasy taste. But literally chop them, season them, throw them in the oven for like an hour. It's that easy. You can chop them as thin or thick as you want, but no, is that from the fryer falling in? I know, guys, I'm sorry. I could see him in the sink. I'll have to fish him out in a second. One of the things that's really hard for me to ever do is there's so many like the frozen potato options, like frozen tater tots, frozen fries, that they're delicious, right? And they're so easy to make, but the price difference between like a 10-pound bag of potatoes and a bag of frozen tater tots is like such a tremendous difference that it's like I can almost never bring myself to actually buy the tater tots. Like, I know they come out so perfect and delicious, but it's still really difficult for me to make that decision. And yes, I am end up making the exact same dish I did for the other stream, but you know what? I make a lot of the same things I like to eat. This isn't a cooking channel, so I'm not gonna be like, today we're making this exotic dish. No, I'm literally just making things that I plan on eating. So you're gonna see a lot of repeat dishes. Oh well. What are you gonna do about it? Alright. Here's our potatoes. We're gonna season these babies. Very generically, just this little everything spice. And I go pretty heavy, because these are pretty thick potato pieces. It's gonna make me sneeze all these spices. You guys might see it. And now we literally wait until the oven's ready. Technically, we could throw it in now. They gotta cook for so long. It's not gonna hurt it. There's the fry we lost into the trash, unfortunately. Being wasteful. Put this back up. Look at me, I'll even wash as I go. I'm so responsible, guys. I'm not gonna lie, I usually do all my dishes like the next day. But because I'm on stream, because there's a camera watching me, I'll actually clean as I go. You know, to give the illusion that I'm a very organized person, right? But it's all a sham. I just clean up the stuff that the camera sees. I take the camera into another room, you're gonna be like, dude, you need to stop slacking on your chores. Start cleaning your room. Cat? No, I don't clean. That's the thing. I literally I'm doing it for camera to keep a clean kitchen. I just boiled pork skins and fat to clean them, then bake them to extract lard. Oh, interesting. So you collect your own lard. The only time I do that is with bacon. So like, you know, you guys like that big thing of fat in the pan after you cook bacon. I usually collect that. And then it's the rich fat with a nice bacon flavor is pretty good to throw in other dishes. But that's the only time I usually collect my own fat. It's a lot of work. And if you're not making a dish that you want that meaty taste, then you have to filter the fat, and that's more work. And lard's pretty cheap. All right, that oven beeped. There you go. 30 minutes. And this, because it's gonna be a little bit before we cook these, we're actually gonna throw these back in the fridge. Because I don't want those sitting out too long. So unfortunately, we're waiting a little bit. I'm gonna make some tea. What kind of tea should I make, guys? Do you guys remember last time? I don't know if people were the same in chat as last time when I was making tea. I know you lazy? Yeah, no, I'm definitely lazy. I got an alien to do those chores. I wish. I'm the one that does all the chores in the house. I'm basically house husband. My brother's the one that works. Take the camera to other rooms. Us, dude, you need to stop slacking and clean your room. Right now, my setup, I can't move the camera. It's all connected to my laptop. I mean, I could carry the laptop. Yeah, it's cheap. I buy it to make soap cakes. Oh, you make soap? I used to make soap. I used to do that too. I don't do it anymore though. I prioritized other hobbies. Where's my rice scooper? And I wouldn't say I'm lazy. I just slack on my stuff. Because I'm very productive as far as doing stuff. It's hard to choose what you want to prioritize. Because I'd be like, clean my room, lift weights. Well, I enjoy lifting weights. I don't enjoy cleaning my room, so I'll do that instead. Now, does that make me lazy? I'm still being productive. I don't know. I would argue no. But I'm me. Of course I'm going to defend myself. Very cool. What scents or stuff did you add? I typically didn't add scents because I was trying to keep it as purist as possible. I have done bay rum and sweet tobacco for essential oils in it. Well, that was kind of nice. Might try to make tobacco, eucalyptic power, citrus zen one soon. Yeah, the sweet tobacco is a really nice one. A very like sweet but still like masculine scent that is it's typically used in a lot of like colognes designed for men. Gotta go take a shower. I'll be back. Remember W Shortcut, W James? Yes, W Shortcut and W James. It'd be cool if Shortcut ever sees one of my streams. I probably would attempt to do a backflip right there and then. Can I do one? No, but I have to celebrate. Tobacco, really? I prioritize the leaves my friend gave me, like powder and bay. So I use a already made sweet tobacco essential oil. So I didn't make the oil myself. And then the bay rum essential oil is what I use as well, and it works pretty well. I've also used what was it, like lemon? No, it was honey citrus, and then I added beeswax and honey to that blend as well. Brown sugar. I've never added brown sugar to soap, but I have added it to body scrubs. Because typically I like to have body scrubs and then having soap. I don't like to have a soap that is, what am I trying to think of? An exfoliator. I don't want my soap to be exfoliator. I'll use a body scrub. Beeswax is cool. Beeswax is very cool. It's kind of a miracle of a product, because not only does it add hydration properties, but it makes the soap hardier, and it makes it cure faster, and it makes it last longer. So it's like it only adds pros, and it can add a slight scent to it as well. Rub is made from molasses. Body scrubs, very interesting. Yeah, body scrubs are very easy to make. It's basically sugar, a carrier oil, and that's it. Anything else is just because you want to add it. So I did, for a body scrub, I did lard with sugar, and then I added some clay into it to thicken it up a little bit, make it last longer. Are you making cookies? No, I'm not making cookies. I'm making fries, and I'll be cooking a steak with it. And I got, for my brother's lunch, I just finished rice. I'm actually letting the steam leave it a little bit right now and cool him off. People said sea salt does that. You could use sea salt. The reason I don't, okay, now listen, right? The reason I don't like salt in my body wash is because if you have a cut, it's gonna burn you. And I do enough things that adds cuts to my body. Like say you get a little nick on your arm or your knuckles or something, it's gonna burn when you use the body wash. Now, does salt arguably work better? It's cheaper, and also sugar can grow bacteria. So if you get your body wash wet and you like leave it wet in like the container and store it in the shelf, it can grow bacteria where the salt isn't. So it's better for shelf stability. But again, it's gonna burn you if you have a cut. And also it could dry out your skin, which isn't a problem because the oil is probably gonna out-hydrate the salt, but sugar is also gonna hydrate, so I would say for hydration purposes, it's probably better to use sugar than the salt. My uncle said he used soap I made. He said the chocolatey one, I blended strawberry, peach, figs. Whoa, it's a big... You added all that into soap? That's crazy. I never noticed salt burning in the soap. Well, I've never added it to soap, but I know a lot of people add it to body scrubs because you have to add something for it to be exfoliating, and salt can be exfoliating, so you rub the salt grains against your skin with the oil. But yeah, it'll burn your cuts if you have cuts, because salt on wounds are gonna hurt. Baking soda? I've never used baking soda. I don't know how well baking soda work. It might be too fine. I know people have used coffee grounds, but coffee grounds will stain like literally everything it touches. So if you have like your shower curtains and you're using it in the shower, it'll stain those. Sugar, and so will brown sugar though. So that's another thing to think of if you're using white versus brown. Theoretically, there's nutrition that brown sugar has pros of, but that's theoretical mostly. I'd recommend just using white sugar, and then you don't have to worry about stains. All right, guys, let's make some tea. What kind of tea do you guys like? First of all, do we want to do green tea or black tea? What should we do? What should we make? I got a pretty impressive little cafe bar over here. I'm big in making drinks. I'm self-taught in the like barista drinks, but then also bartending drinks, but we're not drinking on stream. I mean, we're not drinking liquor on stream. As much as I could totally flex my skills in bartending. Why do I know bartending skills? Have I ever worked as a bartender? No. Do a lot of women find it very impressive when you show that to them in person? Yes. Is that the only reason I learned how to do that? Kind of. It's also very cool to serve your friends drinks if you're hosting a party. But we're doing tea today. What's your guys' preference? Green tea or black tea? Otherwise, I'll just pick for myself. I've been kind of enjoying the matcha. No answer in chat. RIP. That's horrible. Okay, I'm gonna do some matcha. I'm gonna turn this. Green tea sounds good. Want to try that more? You should. It's pretty inexpensive to find green tea. Let me like tilt my computer a little bit. There we go. I can still see. All right, yeah, we're gonna make some. Where's my matcha bowl? Here we go. We are gonna make some matcha. I do very traditional matcha. So the matcha I use, just normal Japanese matcha, but I don't do any like instant stuff. So this is legit. It's very good and pretty cheap if you buy it in large bags. When you buy it in grocery stores, they upcharge matcha powder like crazy. So I never recommend buying it. But if you go on Amazon, look for like pound bags. Like a pound of matcha will only be like $20, and that will last you quite a long time. Or if you go to the store, they'll usually sell them in like little like tube servings. Like you have to tear the plastic to open them, and it'll give you like 12 of them, and it'll be like $12. And like that only makes 12 drinks, if that even, depending on how strong you like it. And it'll be like, I don't know, 4 ounces of matcha compared to the $20 you can get for a pound of it. All right, as soon as that's heated, we're gonna pour in our hot water. We use the espresso machine for that because it perfectly heats the water to like the perfect temperature, as well as it does the right amount of water. So even though you don't need an espresso machine, I use it because I do have an espresso machine. It's just very convenient. I'm a pro cooker. I made instant noodle soup. Dude, that's how it starts, dude. You start your cooking skills somewhere. I started cooking only noodles before I learned how to cook other stuff. I'll be milling up my ingredients in a mini metal blender thing. Maybe I'll attempt to make a matcha. Oh, that's cool. I've always wanted a mill. There's a lot of stuff that I order online that would require them, but I always have to find the sites that sell the stuff pre-milled. But having a mill would be cool. But that's kind of an expensive kitchen accessory that I should prioritize other stuff before shopping for one. Don't say nothing about why the kitchen's on fire, just admire me. I am admiring you. Even if that kitchen's on fire, if the noodles are good, then you have achieved your task. That's the way I see it. It's like a spice or coffee grinder. Yeah, but it's like probably way better, and you don't have to worry about it breaking from putting the wrong stuff in it. Like I have a coffee grinder right here, but if I put other stuff in that, I could ruin it. And also I don't want to mix the flavors, because coffee is a very unstable kind of ingredient. Like you do the slightest thing or slightest cross contamination with something else, it's gonna carry the flavor, unfortunately. So like the things you use for coffee should only be used for coffee. And same vice versa too, because coffee will leave a coffee taste in things, especially if it's plastic. Like, does anybody like see like when you put like, you have cheap plastic containers, you put like tomato sauce in it, and like they're stained permanently red? Coffee is similar like that. It might not actually stain it, but it's gonna leave like a little bit of coffeeness. And it's gonna tamper with the taste of that container forever. So I need something just for milling everything else that isn't coffee. Does that sound a little extra picky about me? Maybe. But I strive for that perfectionist, you know? Be like, no, it's tainted, throw it out. All right, we're gonna shake this with some ice. So we're gonna make ice matcha latte, because that's how I enjoy them. Little bartending ASMR right here. I suck at cooking. You get better by doing it more often. That's just the only tip I can give you. Just do it. Just do baby steps. Focus on the simple things and just keep doing it and you get better. I made a god level Gordon Ramsay beef Wellington. What is beef Wellington? I don't even know. That's how I am foreign to those complicated dishes. As I do a lot of cooking, but I do more like more traditional home meals cooking. Like those like weird, complicated dishes you only find in a restaurant that's very expensive. I don't know how to make that kind of stuff. I mean, I could probably figure it out, but I don't screw around with like the weird stuff. Just simple, wholesome home cooking type of stuff. Definitely starting to smell those fries. The cool thing about cooking though is that most of the common meals that people know about are very simple and people can learn them. That's really the trick about it. You keep your cooking simple. Don't overcomplicate it. That's when people mess up and then they overwhelm themselves. My brother brought home from Walmart. I don't know if you guys can see in the fridge here, but there's a sweet potato pie. He bought it last night and brought it home. This morning he ate half of it. Just half of a sweet potato pie. Is that a little crazy? Yeah, it's only like 1,200 calories in just that alone. But he loved it. I can't debate that. There we go. Matcha latte. Very nice. Very simple, very delicious. You know, something that, like, I don't know, what would you pay for that at like Starbucks? Like at least $8? Really good. It's cool too, you can make them very tasty. They actually don't have much sugar in them. It was only, I think there was a tablespoon and a half of sugar. It's not too much. The milk does the most carrying for that. Guys, look at me go, cleaning as I'm going. I swear guys, I do this every time. There's never dirty dishes in my kitchen ever. Do you like soy milk? Soy milk? I think soy, I don't think it tastes good. If that's what you're asking. I think out of the non-cow milks, it's probably the better one because there's actually protein in soy milk. And almond milk does like have no protein at all in it, which in my opinion is like the reason you would drink milk. But soy milk does have protein. But I'm gonna be honest, I feel like there's no reason not to drink cow milk unless you have like a health restriction that actually means you can't drink it. But most people, that's not the case. People be like, I'm dieting, I'm gonna not drink milk. Milk is such a nutritional beverage that you're not really going to get any nutritional pros by not drinking it. Or at least drinking something that's an alternative. And even if you wanted to make your calories per macros better, you could just get skim milk. Which is what I typically drink. I typically drink skim milk. I don't think skim milk tastes better than whole milk. Whole milk is king. But I drink a lot of protein shakes in the day. I usually drink 2 very large ones. That adds up to be a lot of milk. Because I do 2 16-ounce, well, it's 2 shakes and they each use 16 ounces of milk. That's a lot of milk. So if I'm using whole milk, that's a big chunk of calories in my day. And trying to be at a calorie deficit, skim milk is just a better way to go for that. But I definitely would argue cow milk is always going to be better than a nut milk. Pretty good. They sell sweetened companies. Oh yeah, no. Though the other milks taste good. I actually think the flavored almond milks are some of the best tasting. I got some stuff from a tofu factory company. It was all right. Soy milk. Yeah, soy milk is probably, as far as nutrition goes, soy milk is probably the only one that I would recommend. Because almond milk and rice milk have like no nutrition in it. It's basically just water. There's no protein in almond milk and there's no protein in soy milk. Which is confusing because there's protein in almonds, but there's not protein in almond milk. Okay, I got it from a Vietnamese Chinese store. They sell like soy milk and sweetened condensed milk. Their normal milk expensive as fuck. Why is their normal milk expensive? That's very strange since usually plant-based milks are usually going to be more expensive because they have to go through a higher process to make them a milk. Like, you know, the cow milk just comes out as a milk. You got to take an almond, you got to take a grain of rice, and you got to turn it into a milk. Yeah, I don't like almond milk. It's like 1 almond per glass, apparently. As far as nutrition goes, yeah. But they use a lot of almonds to make the milk. And also what's funny is, for the people who will argue plant-based milks instead of animal byproduct milks, like normal cow milk, they'll argue like better for the environment because cows are very inefficient for water usage. Like the amount a cow has to consume for water is not very efficient for the byproducts that a cow gives. But believe it or not, an almond is worse. The amount of water wastage that you have to put into making almond milk is horrendous. But as far as the meats go, cows are very inefficient to the amount of water they need to produce like meat. But I'm not trying to sell you not to eat cows. I eat cow. That doesn't break the deal for me. I'm still gonna eat cow. But like if you were gonna make that argument, you could argue like chickens and goats and pigs are better to eat because they're more efficient for the resources that go into them versus the products that they push out. Like chickens are extremely efficient. Chickens don't need as much food or much water, and you can farm a crap ton of them. Rose Kitty, what is up? You actually made a kitchen stream. We're actually not doing too much at the moment because I gotta wait for my potatoes to be finished cooking in the oven before I make my steaks. But we'll be doing steaks and potatoes, steaks and fries, realistically. And then my brother's lunch on packet will be steak and rice. He likes his chopped up and soy sauce over them. Haha, I was joking saying I wanted to buy a calf for $550 and keep it in a box to get fat. Dude, I've been wanting to buy a cow. You could buy a whole cow. You could find butchers and you can buy full cows and half cows, and they're really expensive, but like per pound of meat, they're actually cheap. Hold on, guys, I gotta blow my nose. And yeah, I'm not gonna take you guys with me. I'm gonna go to the bathroom real quick. Microphone, staying in here. Not taking you with me to the bathroom. I'll be right back, guys. I'm back. My friend said his family buys pigs for $300, 300 pounds go out to you, but they throw away the fat. Oh, yeah, but you would have to render the fat to a pure saturated fat. Because like when you just cut fat off an animal, there's a lot of other compounds that's not just fat. So you'd have to like cook it down and strain it and cook it down again and strain it again, or repeat that process till you have a very pure thing of fat. Now maybe you're willing to do that, but to me that's like too much work. How dare him leave us alone? Guys, did you really want me to bring you along with me to the bathroom? Hear me peeing into the toilet? I don't think so. I really doubt that's what you guys wanted. And maybe you guys did. I don't know what kind of folks you guys are. Man, I wish I started these fries earlier. We should be able to prep our steaks here soon though. He's like, let's get a pig and throw a party. I've had a friend do that. I've had a friend buy a whole pig and do a legit luau. But, guys, I'm gonna burst your guys' bubbles and break the illusion. A luau, when you cook a whole pig and you turn it, right? That takes anywhere between 12 to 24 hours to cook. So when you go to a luau, and you see them cooking that pig, and then you have like your party as you watch the pig cook, that's not the pig you guys are eating. Because that pig still needs to cook for like 12 hours. The one you eat is the one they cooked the night before. What's gonna happen in Ocarina of Time today? I'm gonna have to grind through the temples I already completed because I lost my save file. Hopefully we get back to where we were, if not further, because I already know what to do in the puzzles. At least I hope I remember. And maybe we can like basically speed run these. But oh my gosh, you know what I just realized? I have to do the fire temple again. Like of course I knew I had to do that, but I have to do all those stupid rooms that troll you with the traps and the fake hallways with the fire and the fake doors that fall on you. That was the most frustrating thing ever. That's gonna punish me for the attempt to speed run that. You know it is. Oh my goodness. I'm not looking forward to that. I'm not looking forward to that one bit. It's gonna be horrible. Hold on one second, guys. I'm sorry I decided to put in my potatoes now instead of way later. I can't stay here, not allowed right now. I'll come back in 30 minutes. Okay, and then I'm curious on why you're not allowed to. You'll have to lore drop on us in a second. I was hoping I'd get an email from my editor. Not yet. Rose Kitty's about to get in trouble for being on my stream. I'm gonna rat on you. Gonna tell everybody you're in here. Guys, I swear we'll be able to prep the steaks here in about 1:25. Basically, once this beeps, we'll take those fries out, give them a little toss around, and then we'll prep for the steaks. And then Mario Kart World, yes. I hope I get Mario Kart World and I can play. Yep, anybody who has Mario Kart World, definitely let me know because I want to gather up enough people who have Mario Kart World on the Switch too, so we can create like a Discord for the game, and then join a big party to make big race all the people watching. That sounds fun, right? We'll make like a Mario Kart club. That sounds cool to me. I don't have enough people that play Mario Kart World, which is understandable because the Switches 2 is still so new. So obviously not a lot of people have it yet. But hopefully with more time, more people get on the platform and we can all play games together. Because I think Mario Kart World would be such a fun one to do that. No kitchen on fire? No. I have never caught a kitchen on fire in my life. I have had friends use my kitchen and almost catch it on fire though. I had a friend who came in and was tried cooking pancakes. Now I only have cast iron skillets, right? Well, cast iron skillets you have to use a little differently. They had it on the hottest temperature, and then they were burning the oil, and then just kept like scooping in. You got mail, editor notes, cap and true. No, I've never caught a kitchen on fire. I've been cooking my whole life. Guys, I'm gonna be honest. It's really hard to start a kitchen fire. If anybody does that, they're doing something horribly wrong. That's really all I can say about that. Okay, let me shuffle my potatoes around. I don't know if it's picking up on the mic or not, but my potatoes are squealing a little bit. This right here is what we needed. And we will need this, and this, and this in just a second. So we might as well pull those out. Hopefully my potatoes ain't too stuck. Okay, there we go. I have had my potatoes get really stuck to the bottom before. If you wait too long to take them out, flip them, they'll stick really bad. We got a little bit of sticking, but that's okay. That ain't gonna screw them up too much. As long as they keep mostly their potato fry form. You know what I'm saying? We're not going for perfect, flawless presentation like you would see in like Iron Chef or something like that. I'm looking for more tasting good. Alright, those babies go back in there. And we can start prepping our meat. We'll prep it over here. And why you don't actually need this cutting board? So when you salt your meat a little bit before you actually cook it, putting something like salt on the meat is gonna like pull out moisture, and you're gonna be like, oh no, I want that moisture in the meat, not in a puddle. Because you want your meat to be very, very moist, right? Well, if you put the salt on it earlier and let it sit on for longer, the salt's gonna pull out the moisture. It's gonna then dissolve in that moisture, and then the meat is like a sponge. It's going to suck up that moisture that's now salty, and now what you're gonna get is basically steaks that are salted on basically the inside, which is what you want. It's very tasty. That way you don't just have like flavor on the outside of your meat, it's like throughout the whole thing. Which, by the way, when people do like overnight marinations, they're basically creating that same thing. I'm in Eastern time zone, so if I was going to play Mario Kart, I would have to do it a little earlier. Like earlier, how early? So it is currently 5:40 where I'm at right now. Because I could eventually in the future do Mario Kart before and then Legend of Zelda later. And then that would work. But it would still be around like 6 o'clock that I get on at the earliest. Oh, I already pulled out the seasoning I'm gonna use for my steak. I did not use this seasoning. So, we're gonna see how well this works on the steaks. It tastes fine, but what I'm more curious about is whether or not it stays on the meat and whether or not it gives it a good browning or not. Maybe it won't, I don't know. Either way, it's gonna cook fine, but it might be less visually appealing if it doesn't give it a nice little char outside. We will find out. The seasoning I usually use, I am all out of, unfortunately. I totally forgot until I started stream. That's my fault. Oh well. You guys can shame me. We're gonna go pretty heavy on all this. That would work for time? Good. Like, I try to be a little convenient to my viewers for the timing that I do things, but I can only rearrange things within so much of a time schedule, you know? You think it'll work? Well, we'll find out in the future. No worries stressing about it at the meantime, since you don't even have the Switch yet. So baby steps, one thing at a time. Once you get it, then we'll worry about timing for stuff. Okay, this might work well. We're gonna find out. We can start heating this up. Now for me, I cook on a pretty low heat because I'm trying to go for a medium rare. And yes, these are pork sirloins, not beef sirloins. Do I like pork sirloins better? No, I like beef sirloins better. But at my local grocery stores, beef sirloins are about $7.99 a pound. These babies are about $1.99 a pound, so I buy these a lot because I can still make them very good. And yes, you can still make a medium rare pork steak. You cook it a little different and it looks a little different, but the texture of what would be considered medium rare, you can achieve that with pork. So when you are at people's homes and they are making you pork chops, and that is like the driest hockey puck of a pork chop you've ever tasted, and they tell you, well, you have to cook it that dry because you have to cook the pork thoroughly. No, they are mistaken. It will look different than a medium rare steak for a beef steak, but there is medium rare for pork as well. And that's what we're aiming for today. I'm gonna oil both these steaks. It's gonna help it cook evenly on the sides, as well as it'll help it from sticking. And it kind of helps with the browning too, but that kind of goes on hand with helping it cook evenly. We add a little bit of oil to the pan, but not that much. I don't want it to be pan fried. But all that's all just preference. You could always pan fry a steak if that's what you prefer. I mean, you could basically saute it in butter too. That's all preference for taste. And secondly, I have turned games off 9, but you're 7, 9, 2, so that would work. So you could potentially make it work. Well, we'll figure something out. And anyways, some days I might be able to do like early streams, kind of like what I'm doing now. Because the things I'm doing for streaming isn't necessarily set in stone. You know what I'm saying? So I could probably arrange something. If we had a group of people that all wanted to play Mario Kart earlier in the game, early in the day, like 7:30, or excuse me, that's not earlier, like 3:30 or something like that, that would work. Oh, that's so good. Okay. This is heating up. How's the camera angle on the steaks? I can kind of stand to the side so it can be seen a little bit. I'm not gonna have a close-up view on this, unfortunately. What would be really cool if I was so professional with cameras that I had like another camera like right here that aims straight down. But that's for the future. That's if I like was making money off of this and could afford more equipment. But that would be cool to have, like a little small stove camera that shot straight down, showed what was in the pan. That would be great for that time for gaming. Yeah, we could probably make something like that work. I mean, I don't see why not. So basically we just want, there's not really a way for me to describe it, but we want this to be noticeably hot, but not too hot. Like if we start seeing the oils turn into smoke, that's too hot. You got it way too hot. Now I have my stove medium low, so it would be very unlikely that while cooking with it, it would even get that hot. But we don't want to put the meat on before it gets warm. So it's like you kind of just do like a little judgment by like putting your hand above it. You can just feel how hot. If it feels like warm, you know, you want it a little bit more time. But if you have your hand above that and you're like, no, that's getting hot, that's when you know. That's when you know it's ready. That's the best way I could describe that. If you know, you know. If you don't, you just gotta like trial and error that. Unfortunately, a lot of cooking is trial and error. Things that don't have like set recipes where they'll be like, oh, how long do I cook on each side? You'd be like, well, how hot does your stove get? How quickly? Because like, you know, I love these scales on the stove, you know, temperature, 1 through 9. Well, a 6 isn't a 6 on everybody's stove. You kind of just gotta eyeball it. And when you know what to look for, that's easy. But if you don't, you're kind of just screwed. All right, let's see if we can fit both these steaks on here. They're kind of wide. Ooh, maybe. We'll see what we can do. I kind of got them squished in there, but I think that'll work just fine. Again, me washing as I'm going. Look how responsible I am. Now, theoretically, I'm being a little lazy for time saving. I'm trying to see how well that camera picks up the steaks. This is probably like way too big than what I would recommend. If somebody was cooking these at these large slices, I'd tell them just to do one at a time. It'd make it so much easier for them and it probably would cook way more even, but we're winging this. We're just doing both of them at the same time. This ain't no professional chef channel. This ain't a food channel. This is just me doing stuff channel. So if I'm like, screw it, we're just gonna throw them both on there, then that's what I'm gonna end up doing. What's cool about cooking this at a lower temp is we don't have to do too much. Because we're not searing these actually. In fact, I would argue when it comes to making pork and chicken, don't sear it. Because I would say that getting that nice little outside crust while still keeping that juicy inside is not much of a priority. Anyways, the seasoning I wanted on that should make a little crust anyways. Less so the one I'm using now because this is not the rub I like using, but it'll still work just fine. I wonder how the sizzling's picking up on this. I'm very curious about that. I will only know after I look back at the footage. Tell you what, as much as I have not used this seasoning before for these steaks, it does smell incredibly good. I am curious how of a browning it's going to have. There's like big onion chunks, and I'm curious if those will stay on it as it cooks, or if they'll just like slide right off, and then I'll get like little bits of onion that kind of falls to the side and like burns up. Not that it's a problem, but I really doubt that those larger chunks of dried onion and that spice is gonna stay on the steak. I mean, it's gonna add the flavor either way. But what's really nice about certain seasoning rubs is they're really finely grinded down. So then when you cut your steak in it and then you cook it, that is what creates your crust outside, and as well as it looks very, very visually appealing. Probably less so with this, but I'm gonna tell you what, it's still gonna taste really good. But this is just what happens when you're less prepped. Didn't go to the store. I just remember Shortcat was streaming today. He was? Oh, I missed it. I did watch his latest video though, about him finally making it to the rank he wanted to, but I did not make his stream. You know, I think the Discords that he joins are public. I could probably try to stream in the same servers that he's streaming in and probably get in some of his games. So I'm pretty sure they're public servers. I'd have to look that up though, so don't quote me on that. But that'd be cool. Trying to beat Shortcat. Like, I wouldn't try sabotaging the race. I know a lot of people will find him in the streams and sabotage him. I wouldn't do that. That's kind of mean. But I would totally try beating him in the race. That would be cool. It's a very possible thing to do in Mario Kart. Like, even if somebody's really good, you could still get good RNG and theoretically beat them by luck. Not that it would be easy though, but it's possible. Yeah, do Mario Kart Discord server? I will definitely look up how to do that. I'm very foreign to Discord and as a whole, so I don't know too much about it. We'll brown that just a little bit more on that side before we flip these. Now, there's a lot of different ways to tell how your meat's done. A lot of people do by time, some people will do like, I don't know, by look. I go by feel. I poke it. Raw meat has a very noticeable raw meat fleshy texture. We're gonna be very squishy, exactly how you imagine raw meat is if anybody's handled it. Well, obviously it'll continue feeling like that if it's not cooked all the way. If it starts having resistance, even a slight amount of resistance, because it's not gonna have a lot of resistance if you're trying to keep like a medium rare or a rare, that means it's done. It's really that easy. Now with a really thick cut, it'd be kind of hard to tell because the very middle could still be undercooked. That's where you just cut your steaks to the right size that you want, where it'd be easier. Like at about an inch cut is like the perfect amount of still having a nice thick cut, but not too thick where you have to wonder, oh, it feels like it's cooked, but is that very middle still undercooked? Starting to really smell good now. The spice blend that I got on this is starting to brown. We're probably ready to flip now. Oh yeah, that looks really good. I'll probably turn this one like this. We don't have a lot of room on this skillet. There we go. Oh yeah. Yeah, those herbs do taste really good. It's like it's a buttery fix. You do really taste that butter in it. W Kawa cooking stream. I wish I'll hold the plate up a little closer, but It does look really, oh, you can't really see it. You can kind of see it. Maybe if I stand near it, it'll focus more. It does look really good though. And it will not need much cooking on the other side because I did a good amount of cooking on the first side. It's damn near done. I actually typically would cook thicker cuts than this, but these were close to the ends, so I didn't quite have enough. I cut my own steaks out of the whole cuts. And the last two steaks, I would either had a big fat one, which would be too hard to cut, or cook, I mean. And then I decided to go two slightly skinnier ones, and I figured that was a better idea. Because if I had kept them together, that would have been complicated to cook correctly. That's something I'd probably put in the oven. Actually, I really like the taste of this herb mixture. Oh, that needs a little bit more time on that side. That side won't take long to cook though. A little squishy on that side. And then by the time this is done cooking, our fries should be about as golden as I want them to be. Now the fries are really easy to cook because they have a large window of opportunity of where they're good. You can like lightly golden them, or you could get them pretty toasty. They're gonna be good. Like you have almost like a whole half-hour window where you can decide when you want to eat them. It's really hard to ruin oven baked fries because even when you cook them longer and they're really toasty, they're good, and when you cook them very less and they're more squishy, they're still good. You basically are just deciding on what kind of fry you want. Undercooking them, overcooking them, is very hard to do. Until they're blackened, they're not gonna be overcooked. Or if you undercook them to the part where they're just not cooked at all, it's like biting into a raw potato. But as long as you cook them for at least 30 minutes, everything after that is basically you deciding how golden you want them to be. I kind of like my fries a little bit on the crunchy side myself. The only kind of soggy fries that I like are the McDonald's ones, which I do know how to make them like that, but in the oven, that's really hard. You pretty much have to deep fry them. And boy, oh boy, just deep frying your French fries make them taste wonderful. Is it very good for you? No. Is it delicious? Absolutely. All right, these are probably ready. Get a little pokey. Ow! Burned myself. A little poke. You know what? I'm actually very satisfied with how these brown. Now, cast iron skillet, there's a lot of crud left over in that skillet. It would be really hard to clean. My tip, just boil water in it. It's gonna cool it down. It's gonna break everything up. And then you clean it. And yes, I follow the trends. I got me a scrub daddy. I'm excited for Ocarina of Time and Mario Kart, W Shortcut, W James. Indeed, indeed. And I'm actually gonna take my spatula and just slightly scrape, and it's gonna help break off everything. But really, I don't have to do much. Just the water, the hot water that you throw into the pan really does the bulk for you. And we're gonna let these sit for a second. It's gonna let them re-suck up all the juice, as well as say you cooked it just a tad under even. I don't think I did, but if you did, let it sit a little bit long. It continues to cook with the steam internally when you take it off. That seasoning I add on it is actually very, very delightful. I'm very curious on how this is gonna taste. First time I've used that season. All right, we'll clean our skillet. You gotta wear oven mitts. The skillet's handles get really freaking hot. That's the only downside of a skillet handle, in my opinion. They be hot. Look at that, all that cleaning as I go. There's gonna be like no dishes left over even after I've cooked. It's crazy, right? This is so unlike me. Guys, I always pile up my dirty dishes in my kitchen. Anytime I cook, all those pots and pans, I'm like, I'll get it tomorrow. And then tomorrow comes and I'm like, I'll get it tomorrow. And then I'm gonna be honest, it's usually like no cleaning of my kitchen until one of two things happen. I run out of dishes and I can't cook or eat anymore, so I have to clean them. Or, you know, the lady's coming over. You gotta have a clean kitchen for when you have the lady over. You can't have her seeing your mess, and then she's gonna think like, this guy never cleans. So you get like, oh, your girl's coming over? Clean your kitchen, clean your room, clean your bathroom. That's it. But now I'm showing my kitchen off to the camera, so I gotta clean. But no ladies ever come over? Dude, what are you talking about? I literally have a girlfriend. She comes over all the time. I've actually never gone in my life not dating somebody. I've always had a someone. So for my folks out there struggling, I don't know what to tell you. Skill issue maybe? No, I'm just joking. It can be hard. I'm just teasing. But I do mean what I said about myself. Oh yeah, these fries came out really good. We're going to re-oil our skillet because it's a skillet that's cast iron and we have to re-oil. Imaginary girlfriend because I can't accept it. Every time I mention that I have a girlfriend, people are always like, what? You have a girlfriend? I didn't expect that. And I'm always like, guys, why is it a surprise to everybody? I love how like so many people just imagine I don't have one. Is it a streamer thing? Do people who stream on camera typically not have somebody in their lives or something like that? Or they have no game or something like that? That's not me. I don't know. But I always surprise people apparently when I say it. Alright, let me show before I cut. We got very good looking steaks. Let's see. I want to, ooh, I'm spilling some meat juice. I wanted to tilt it forward a little bit. You know what's funny? I'm spilling the meat juice perfectly into the trash can underneath it. It's kind of zoomed in. Or not zoomed in, focused. Good steaks. I'll cut them open in just a second. My fries, it's a little hot. Pretty nice golden little potato wedges or fries, whatever you want to call them. Some people would say this isn't a fry and it's too big and it'd be a potato wedge. But that's pretty good. Alright, but let's cut it open. Because really nothing matters unless it was cooked well and tastes good. Looking good only helps so much. Oh yeah. That's pretty good. So this is exactly what we're looking for actually. So, another myth, right? People say you absolutely can't have pink in your pork. That's not true. So if you see, if the camera will zoom in, it's white meat, but you still have like a little bit, come on camera, I know you can do it. There we go. White meat, but you have a little bit of a reddish color on the juice that's coming out of it. that means that you cooked a medium rare piece of pork. That's right there. Pork doesn't have parasites anymore. Well, everything, any kind of meat can have a parasite in there. You see how that meat's dripping? Oh my goodness. Let's give it a little taste. That's pretty dang good. That is pretty much on the dot, medium rare. That butter seasoning, that's pretty good. Also, why did my music stop? What the heck? Hold up. There we go. All right, now before we make my plate, we'll pack Michael's lunch. I'll make my plate before I get off stream because I am not going to be eating my meal on stream. What am I looking for? Oh, I opened this door for the ketchup because I'll be eating my fries with ketchup. Pork doesn't have parasites anymore or government standards raised. Yeah, there's a big amount of standards as far as the meat that we have in our agriculture, but theoretically, you can have. It's funny when people say, oh, this has parasites, that doesn't. Everything can have parasites. There's nothing that is known like, oh, this is what will give you the parasites. Anything that's alive can have a parasite. So when people will be like, oh, don't eat X animal, the only reason you shouldn't eat an animal is because that animal is poisonous. If the animal's not poisonous, you can eat it. As long as you eat it with the right methods and you raised it with the right methods, that's all that matters. Okay. What do I need to grab? Michael's Tupperware. So for the people who watch my streams often, they recognize Pikel. Pikel is Michael. Pikel is IRL brother who has night shift, and we are packing his lunch. I actually pack his lunch every day. You guys just don't ever see it. Because I'm a W brother, and I be making him food. Pigs used to eat dead raccoons or parasite human poo. Oh. Jim, what is up? Have videos of Nintendo, math pair, whoa. Jim, we're not here to promote your channel and my channel, brother. Go do that on your own channel. No offense, but come to my channel because you want to watch my channel, not to promote your own. Well, that's the chain of life cycle of an organism. Funny. W and still lazy? How am I lazy, guys? I'm not lazy. I'm never not doing something productive. All right, let's scoop the rice into the bento for Michael. Because he likes rice with his meat. I'm gonna really pack this because he's a big boy. And he likes his meat pre-cut. So that's how we're gonna pack it in here. Now I really like that steak and I'm the one who cooked it, so I get first dibs. He's gonna get this other one, which by the way, we didn't cut open yet. Oh wow, that's beautifully cooked as well. Oh wow. And you know, it wouldn't be fair if we didn't also do a taste test of that, right? Very good. Also, hi Johnny, hi and co-off. Very good. All right, let's slice this up. Let's see how much I can fit in this container, because this is a pretty large steak. Preferably all of it. Actually, you know what? Let me do this over here so you guys can actually see what I'm doing. I forgot, I cleared off this counter space so I could actually do this. What do you guys typically like with your steaks? How do you guys like it? What do you guys like it served with? Sides and drinks? Like, what do you guys typically? What's your preference? What about me? Oh, for the shout out? It's alright, James. I said W, James. Let's see. Can we pack all of this in here? We might just have to squish it down into the rice, but that's okay. Mm-hmm. Oh, that's so pretty. I'll have to show you guys what this looks like. Alright. Now he likes his rice topped with some soy sauce. Oh, I spilled some. Oops. And then there we go. There's his little packed lunch. Very cute. It's what he'll be taking with him to work. In my channel, you will get so much content, games, more games. My buddy, Johnny, what are you talking about? Are you joking about your promotions to the other guy who was doing promotions? Maybe vegetables dried in a pan juice with vinegar added to cut the bitter, brighten it. All right. Alright, so we put that in the fridge for him for when he wakes up. He grabs it and he goes. But there's one more thing we gotta prep for his lunch. And I say lunch, but he actually eats that like 1 in the morning or something like that. Where's his bag? Here it is. I moved his coat and bag. In fact, let me pull these out so he finds it, because his droggy brain might not find it. Oh, where's his gamer subs or G Fuel cup? Oh no. I usually fill up his water bottle for him. Hold on guys, let me look for it. Well guys, I was gonna say the other thing I do for his lunch is I fill up his G Fuel cup with gamer subs or G Fuel so he can take that and dart out the door with it. And that's his caffeine fix in the morning. But I think he's got it in his room and I'm not gonna wake him up as he's sleeping right now. Oh well. I guess I'll prep my plate then. And I like my steak whole. I don't like my steak cut for me. In fact, if I was ever served a steak cut for me, I'd probably be mad. I'd probably demand a new one if I was at like a restaurant or something. But that's just me. Maybe that's rude of me. But I feel like I want the experience the way I want. If I'm paying steak restaurant prices, you know what I'm saying? Look, I don't want to touch the pan too much, but I got a fry that's stuck. Oh, there we go. One stuck fry. I mentioned some of them get stuck, because I'm not cooking these with any oil. I mean, that looks pretty dang good. There we go. There's my steak and fries meal I wish I could tilt it more, but I don't want to like drop my fries and steak on the floor. That'd be very sad, right? There we go. It's actually focusing better with me holding it further away. And then I just eat with ketchup. Alright guys, I'm going to shut this stream off, eat. In about 20 to 30 minutes I'll hop on with Ocarina of Time. Alright guys? I need my ketchup. Because I am not eating this on stream. I don't eat for you guys. I only have you guys along for the cooking process. Alright guys, I'll see you guys soon. Bye-bye. See you guys on Ocarina of Time, 30 minutes-ish. Bye.